We're live. All right, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard Sports Media coming at you late night on a Tuesday, a little earlier than scheduled. Um,
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
yeah, we got Mayhem Matthew here, Touchdown Tuesdays. We're gonna try to kind of just go with it. Um, for tonight. So we didn't really have much planned, but we did want to talk about the 2024 SEC schedule. Your overall thoughts initially, Matthew, when you saw. Let's start with you and Georgia's opponents.
So initially, I did a video about this already, but initially, my thoughts, especially with the Georgia's opponents, right? I love the schedule, I do, but I do have a bone to pick with the SEC, and that's I wish Georgia still had South Carolina on the schedule. Yes, I understand. A lot of Georgia fans really don't give a hoot or holler about the South Carolina versus Georgia rivalry. It's the border bash rivalry. I understand. Majority of Georgia fans, maybe even including myself, would say that Georgia South Carolina is not a rival. You have your three main rivals. Georgia Tech, Georgia Auburn, and Georgia Florida. But on that second tier there, I would say that you have the Border Bash rival, but that's held every year in Augusta, Georgia. That's something that you want to go to every single year. You clash between the Gamecock fans and the Georgia fans every single year, and if you haven't been to one of them, you need to go before they start having it every other year instead of every single year, right? Um, I mean, that me living in South Carolina, every single year I get ready for the South Carolina game because South Carolina fans are so delusional that it's quite hilarious to just you know pick around with them, and I understand, whenever they had Spurrier, they kind of beat Georgia's tail like 5 years in a row or something like that. Spurrier just whooped up on Georgia, had Georgia's number, had Mark Richt's number back in the day. I get it, right?
Yeah,
And it was it was a great time. I was a young kid back then too, so whenever I went to school in South Carolina, right? North Augusta High School, and stuff like that. And growing up in Jefferson Elementary School there, in South Carolina, most people are either Gamecock fans or Georgia fans. So, and the rivalry there is just that. I know I'm talking too much about that, but um, honestly, that's the one thing that really irks my mind. Number two, why are we playing Ole Miss back to back in back to back years? Can somebody help me out with that? They need to have Ole Miss changed out for South Carolina. I mean, that must have been some type of crucial error that they made, but and then once they printed it out, they're like, well, oopsie, I don't know
yeah,
why I mean, why are we playing Old Miss in back to back years? Even if you don't, let's just say you don't want South Carolina on the schedule for Georgia, which is crazy in my opinion. But I mean, why don't you put Texas A&M at Texas A&M? Why don't Georgia go to Texas A&M in Kyle Field? We have not been to Kyle Field since A&M has joined the SEC. So why are you putting Ole Miss in back to back years with Georgia? It don't make sense. So and then the rest of them, you kind of figured Georgia and Florida was going to be on the schedule because obviously it's a rival. And you heard, like, I think a week or two prior that they renewed the neutral site series for 2024 and 2025, so that was a given. And then, yeah, I mean, pretty much everything else, was kind of, you knew that Alabama and Georgia was going to play. I didn't know it was going to be at Tuscaloosa, but that's fine. Georgia plays well on the road. Georgia plays well at home. It's going to be a great matchup. We always pick at the Alabama fans because Bama has now you know is now under Georgia. Just be real, okay? So I mean, we get to pick on the little Bama man, at least for now. They picked on us for several years, so now we're on top, so we can pick on the Bama man there. So it's going to be a great matchup. Two great teams. It's probably going to be game day. Hopefully, it's a night game there. I would love to go to that game because that's going to be that the atmosphere is going to be electrifying. It's going to be one of the greatest games of the last couple of years. So I'm waiting to see that game come on because last time we seen Georgia versus Alabama, well, we all know what happened, 33-18. Georgia won a national title. And so anyways, kind of figured that you was going to have Georgia Bama because we just seen Georgia LSU in the SEC championship. So they probably wanted to give us another look at Georgia Alabama in the regular season there. But I'm kind of shocked that A&M's not on the schedule, and I'm shocked that Ole Miss is playing us back to back in 2023 and 2024. And I'm shocked that Carolina's not on the schedule. So that's pretty much that.
Yeah, I would say you look at Alabama, the non-conference schedule, you got Western Kentucky, you got USF, you got Wisconsin, you got Mercer. You get into the SEC, which dates are still to be announced as far as like when we're going to play these teams. You could go ahead and put like the Iron Bowl is going to be Thanksgiving, I would hope. And you got Tennessee. That's the third Saturday game. I like going to Norman. I like going to Vanderbilt. I like South Carolina at home. South Carolina hasn't been in Bryant Denny since God knows when. Missouri.
Whenever they didn't they beat you in 2000? I think it was 2009. They went to Bryant Denny and they beat you.
No, well, they didn't. They probably did go to Bryant Denny in 2009, but they didn't win that one because we were undefeated that year. Now they beat us. They beat us in Columbia in 2010.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just remember they beat y'all.
That would be a cool night game too. That South Carolina, that would be good to have at night. So if Greg Byrne and the SEC and everybody are listening. But I think it sets up nicely. I mean, we just got to wait and see the dates for the SEC games. I would assume LSU and Auburn are going to be in November. I would assume Tennessee is still the third Saturday. What I'm curious about is who's going to be the opener for the conference. Is it going to be Georgia? Is it going to be Missouri? Will it be Oklahoma or South Carolina?
Well, I will say this: Georgia opens 2024 versus Clemson, so it's not Georgia.
I'm saying for the SEC opener.
Oh, SEC opener. Oh.
Right. We opened the season on August 31st with Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I wonder who. Yeah, that's a good question. But let's talk about what are some other teams? All right, let's talk about South. I know we were already talking about South Carolina there, or at least I was. But let's talk about SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks schedule for 2024. Isn't it weird that they don't have? Well, I'm not going to go on the rant that I just went on because I'm not going to go down there again. But isn't it weird that they don't play Georgia, they don't play uh, Tennessee, they don't play Florida, they don't play. I mean, what? I mean, what's going on? Um,
I don't know, man. I mean, obviously they had to make these schedules and get rid of divisions, and they had to find a fair way for everybody. But I would agree. I think that you should have kept one, well, at least both of those for South Carolina. You mentioned Florida and Georgia. They got Texas A&M. I think that's a cross division rivalry. They play Vanderbilt. Who cares? Missouri, South Carolina, Missouri could be good. But like, what's the deal with giving each team 3 or 4 different opponents from the other division? I just don't understand, because I thought how it was set up with divisions, I thought was okay. I thought it was the way to go. I thought I understand getting rid of the divisions, but you didn't have to go and screw the schedule up completely.
yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that take. Um, you don't want to get rid of meaningful games. Now, yes, the South Carolina Missouri game. I know Missouri under Eli Drinkwitz has not lost to South Carolina, but and I say this, um, South Carolina may not lose to Missouri in the next 10 years because I mean Shane Beamer has something special going down in South Carolina, and I'm not saying that South Carolina is going to win a national championship. I'm not saying that they're. I'm not even saying that they're going to compete for an SEC title. I'm not even saying that. But what I am saying is, I mean, they just came off of an 8-4 schedule. They're building on. They have a lot of momentum coming into this year. I believe they can win 8 games again, and then they're recruiting at a higher level than what they were doing. And remember, Shane Beamer was the recruiter under Steve Spurrier. So Connor Shaw, all them people, thank Shane Beamer for that, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so you got to understand, Shane Beamer is a excellent recruiter. He is a South Carolina um, guy. He is a South Carolina guy, and I think that was an excellent hire. And I think he has South Carolina moving up in the SEC. You know, they were once at the bottom of the totem pole. Now, can you hear me?
You cut out a little bit, but I can hear you now.
Well, they once was at the they once was at the bottom of the totem pole, and then they are steady climbing it. Right now, they're somewhere I would say a little bit above middle of the pack. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and like Fishing Football said, they try to balance schedules. Um, you know, he thinks they did a good job. I think they did overall. I think they did a good job, but I'm still scratching my head on a couple of things. I mentioned before the show, me and you talked about Ole Miss and Vandy. Okay,
Yeah.
anybody that don't know the Chucky Mullins um, story really needs to go check that out. Um, that has a lot of meaning to Ole Miss. They even made a head statue for Chucky Mullins, and every single time Ole Miss goes out to the sidelines, runs out, they touch his head, the headstone, for good luck, or just like Clemson rubs the rock or whatever. But it has a lot of meaning, and that Chucky Mullins was a part of that Ole Miss versus Vanderbilt game, and his injury and everything. But even before that, Ole Miss and Vandy was a game that I understand Vanderbilt sucks. Nobody cares about Vanderbilt. Who cares? But if I'm a Ole Miss fan, I care. If I'm a Vanderbilt fan, which there's slim pickings of those, but I would care. You need to give that game back. Having Ole Miss and Vanderbilt not together playing every single year really really is a head scratcher to me.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the chat tonight. LW, Sam Bell, Fish and Football, Cody Hankins, Traveling Fools. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, man? And Squidtard. What's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Rest in peace, the best rivalry ever. The Iron Bowl is still around. It's still going to be played. So I don't know. He must be talking about a Tennessee. Who did Tennessee get rid of?
I guess I guess he's talking. I mean, I don't know when he I don't know when he commented that. So he might have been talking about the Ole Miss Vandy. He could have been talking about the Tennessee South Carolina. I don't really know. I mean, he'll probably say it in a couple seconds there. Yeah, Vandy Ole Miss.
Vandy Ole Miss. Okay.
Yeah, I agree, Squidtard. I mean, that's one of the best rivalries of all time. So I can't believe they got rid of it. But I thought for sure that's one that they would have. If I had to, if I had to make a video about guessing what they thought was going to happen, I would definitely wouldn't have changed that. But anyways, anywho, Tennessee still got Georgia on the schedule. So
yeah, who else they got? Let me pull up their schedule for 24. Because they got they play Chattanooga, they play NC State in the non-con. That'll be good. You get into the SEC though, they got to go to Arkansas, go to Georgia, go to Oklahoma. Yikes. That'll make up for a couple years ago. I don't think it was a home and home, but they were supposed to play Oklahoma, I think, at Neyland, but because we did the conference only and everything because of COVID. So they have Alabama, they have Florida, they have Kentucky, they have Mississippi State, and they got Vanderbilt. So they got Georgia, Florida, Kentucky, Vandy from the East. They pretty much protected all of Tennessee's games plus Alabama. I guess. I mean, unless I'm forgetting anybody. South Carolina,
yeah,
I guess, is gone.
I want to address Fish and Football's question. Yes, I'm okay with playing Bama because, well, we finally got over the hump, and well, this Bama is not the Bama of 5 years ago. This Bama is a weaker Bama. They're not the kings of college football. They have traded places with the new kings of college football, and that is my Georgia Bulldogs. So yeah, I'm totally fine with doing that. So we'll handle our business as usual, as Kirby Smart would say, and take it 1 week at a time. Humility does come, but I think we'll take care of business. I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah, Fishing. I'm okay with playing Georgia. I'm not worried about it at all. I mean, they're an okay program, but I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know how it feels, Ballard. Man, last time y'all won the national championship, how was the
it's been
the
2 years. It has been 2 years.
The COVID year, man, that's
It'll be this year.
That's crazy. That's a long time ago. Man, anybody that hasn't won a national championship in the last 2 years, man, what are they waiting on? It's taking forever to win a national championship. Wow. Doesn't correct me if I'm wrong. Bama only has one national title in the last 5 years. That's poverty. But anyways, yeah, straight poverty.
Nick Saban's still the greatest coach, but I mean, he's at least tough on his players, and Kirby just kind of soft talks them and all that.
Hmm. Yeah, back to back, and
Whatever.
probably a three-peat if I'm not mistaken. But it's okay. But I want to get your thoughts. Who has the hardest SEC schedule in 2024?
That's a good one. Maybe Florida, just because they're probably not going to be that good. And you think about the teams that they do have to play, it might be Florida. They got to go to Kentucky. They got to play teams like Arkansas and at LSU. They do play Georgia. I might say them. They got to play Tennessee early on in the schedule. They get them at home. I
Who's
don't.
their non-con? Don't they have like UCLA or something like that?
Utah.
Utah.
Oh wait. I was looking at 2023. Hold on. Let me look at 24.
I think they have UCLA in their non-con.
They have UCF and Miami.
Miami.
Oh, it is going to be tough though. At Texas, at Tennessee, at Mississippi State, Georgia, of course, is neutral field. Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss, A&M at home. That's still a tough stretch right there.
Yeah, especially in football. Jerry Wells. Yes, I said poverty. It's okay. 0 titles in the last 2 years. That's poverty. But anyways, nobody can hold up to the Georgia football standard. So whatever. But anyways, what about Oklahoma? I mean, don't they have a brutal schedule? I mean, it's kind of like you're welcoming. It's kind of like how do I say this for YouTube? It's kind of like whenever you're in one of them groups and you have to get like beat up, or you have to get like sworn in to the group, right? And then it's kind of like Oklahoma, they're welcoming Oklahoma into the SEC, and they're saying, you know what, in order to get into the SEC, you got to go through this gauntlet of a schedule. And I mean, they're just getting like basically getting like sworn in, like they're getting like they get beat up. I mean, I still think Florida has the hardest schedule, but if you're talking about like somebody that hasn't been in the SEC coming into the SEC, not knowing really what to expect because they're about to get hit in the mouth, and they're not even that good in the Big 12. We seen last year they barely made a bowl game. I don't know. I think Oklahoma has a brutal schedule there too.
They do, because I mean, you talk about hosting, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. Those could be trap games. They got to go to Vaught Hemingway for Ole Miss. They got to go to Tiger Stadium. They got to go to Jordan Hare. Those are not easy places to play on the road, and they're just not used to those SEC road environments.
Jerry Wells it's just trash talk. Goodness, I mean, chill out. Goodness, Lord, but yeah, some people don't know how to trash talk, but it's okay. They'll figure it out one day. But yeah, I think if I had to rank the hardest schedules in 2024, it's definitely number one, Florida, number two, Oklahoma, and I don't know.
Well, let's look at Texas. What's cool about Texas is they got to go to Michigan. But you get into the SEC on their side. Oklahoma's going to be neutral field, Cotton Bowl, where it always is. They got to play at Arkansas, Florida at home, Georgia at home, Kentucky at home, Mississippi State at home, at Texas A&M, at Vanderbilt. So like their tougher games are home games, and you're really not asking too much for their road schedule, are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, like at Arkansas. I'm not going to sit here and say anyone could go win there, but it's not too threatening, I don't think. And then Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt. Really, the only tough game is probably going to be Kyle Field and College Station.
And this is who? Texas?
For Texas, they got to go to Texas A&M, which I think will be their toughest road game.
Yeah, I think Texas has one of the easier schedules in 2024. They come into the SEC 2024 real nice and smooth with a easier schedule. I agree with you. But they definitely didn't give Oklahoma a nice and pretty schedule there. But we'll see how Texas does this year. Everybody has them 10-2, 11-1. Some people have them undefeated, which that's not going to happen. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Texas and Oklahoma right now. I think I will say this though. Just a couple of years ago, you probably would have said Oklahoma's more prepared to go in the SEC than Texas, but now the script has flipped. Now you would say that Texas is more prepared for the SEC rather than Oklahoma. Give me your thoughts on that.
Who's more prepared than Oklahoma, you said?
I said a few years ago you would say that Oklahoma is more prepared than Texas, but now I would say that Texas is more prepared for the SEC than Oklahoma. I want to know what's your thoughts on that.
I agree because I think Sark is doing a better job than what Brent Venables is doing right now with Oklahoma. I think the recruiting in Texas right now is really good. I think that, I mean, look at the chances between those two teams of winning the conference this year. And then, even though they're probably not going to have the best odds to win the SEC right away, you could make an assumption that their success and what they have right now is going to carry over to the SEC. And you can at least say, well, Texas is probably more fit to do it.
You know, some rivalries are coming back in the SEC. I want to get your opinion. What is the best rivalry that's coming back in the SEC in your opinion? Which one's the best?
I'm kind of biased when I say it, but I'm really excited for Texas and Texas A&M.
Give me your thoughts on that game, on that rivalry.
So I'm gonna be honest. I think I've only seen it, only like one time. I know the history of it. I understand that they had played every single year between 1915 and 2011. You're talking almost 100 years, and they played up until Texas A&M left the Big 12 conference. Uh, you know, when they were trying to get in 2010, they finally got in um, to the SEC in 2012. This is a rivalry that has met 118 times. Texas leads it 76, 37, and 5. It's not that close, but in the Lone Star Showdown, what they call it, they have given us some really good games and really close matchups. I mean, um, the past three, you go back. One of them, Texas A&M won back in Austin, 2010. And it was 24-17. It was a 7-point game. The last time they met was 2011. I mentioned three games. 2009 was in College Station, and Texas won by 10 points. So it has had its moments. It's had its close games. And it, again, you know, traditionally they have played it on Thanksgiving. Let me look here because they don't have the date, so we don't even know if it's going to be Thanksgiving. We could probably assume that it's going to be rivalry weekend. I think that's what they should do, but again, we'll see. But I am very excited for the Lone Star Showdown to come back, and I think it could be great for college football.
You're right. And in recent years, A&M and LSU has been on that Thanksgiving, weekend there. I wonder how that's going to shake up. Obviously you probably would rather Texas versus Texas A&M on that weekend rather than LSU A&M, but listen, LSU A&M is a good matchup every single year.
It is, but at this point, though, since you have two in-state same conference teams, I think that's how it should be matched up. I think if you can have these two teams are in the same conference, here's the bonus, they're in the same state. I think that's a bigger rivalry because it's for bragging rights in the state and for your conference possibly. And I think that's what it should be played on rivalry weekend, such as, even though they're not in the same conference, Georgia Tech, Clemson, South Carolina. But then you look at some games like Ole Miss and Mississippi State, where they're both in the SEC. And then you look at Auburn, Alabama for the Iron Bowl. They're in the same state, in the same conference. You do it with other programs. Why not do it with Texas and Texas A&M?
Right, I totally agree with you. I want to talk about another rivalry game that's coming back. Texas and Arkansas.
Oh, now they played a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to be in the SEC together. In the 2024 schedule, they'll be playing. I don't know if it's going to be a every year thing. We don't even know if it's going to stay at 8 games or go to 9 games in 2025 or 2026. So we really don't know nothing as far as that goes. But maybe we see Arkansas and Texas come back every single year. They had a total of, I think, 79 meetings there. And it was a good matchup to have every year.
The only thing I see though is, I guess it was annual up until 2000 or 1991. Then they met in a bowl game, Arkansas and Texas, on January 1st, 2000. Then they played in 03 and 04. Looks like a home and home thing. 08, 2014, 2021. So for a while, I mean, we're talking, more than half a century of this rivalry being annual. Texas leads it. There are no ties. It's 56-23, but Arkansas has won the last two. Texas hasn't won since they beat them in Austin in 2008.
And where is that game played in 2024? Is it Arkansas or
It's
Texas?
at Arkansas, which I don't think is fair because it was there in 2021. So I think it should be in Austin. But again, kind of like the Georgia Alabama. Like I'll even attest and stick on the Georgia fan side when you guys say that it probably should be in Athens. I agree because of where it was played the last time.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. Um, I knew they, people. I don't know what the whole idea ordeal is, but people say that Georgia don't have a hard schedule, and whenever you look off of last year, let's just take last year's schedule for example, based off of win percentage at the end of the year, Georgia had the toughest schedule uh, in all of college football based off of win percentage of other of our opponents at the end of the year. So I don't understand why people are saying Georgia always has an easy schedule, and even in 2021, based off of win percentages, we had, I wouldn't say it's the hardest schedule, but we had like a top 10 hardest schedule. I don't know the exact number in 2021, but we had a gruesome schedule there too. In 2023, we finally get um, an easy schedule. So we deserve what some people would call an Alabama special of a schedule. So that's, I guess that's the perks of being on top of college football. You finally get an easy schedule. I think that's what it comes with, I guess. And by the way, Jerry Wells, if you're listening, it was a joke. So I'm not actually spitting facts or anything like that, but I am saying that Georgia is kings of college football. That is a fact. But you want to switch over to the Big Ten? You want to talk about their schedules?
Yeah, we can.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely looked at it, so not gonna
I
be.
haven't looked at it at all, so
um,
just being honest.
yeah, I mean, so I looked at it for like a couple minutes. I really don't have any thoughts on it, so I guess I'm gonna, you know, you can pull it up and we can go from there. We can give our reactions to it or whatnot. I
Yeah.
know.
So UCLA and USC are joining in 2024 to the Big Ten. Maryland on the road for USC, Northwestern's on the road, Penn State's on the road, Purdue and UCLA are on the road. They get teams like Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, and Wisconsin at home, and that's their Big Ten slate for USC.
Who did you say? So who was the one that you kept on saying on the road to? What team was that?
Northwestern's on the road, Penn State's on the road, Purdue, and UCLA.
Okay, and what was
What?
USC? That was for USC.
USC, yeah.
Okay, man, Penn State's. They go to Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think has the harder schedule, USC or UCLA?
Well, let's look at UCLA real quick because definitely USC because I don't know, man. UCLA, their road games are Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, and Rutgers. Their home games are Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Ohio State, and of course they get USC at home. So I think you have to say USC has the harder schedule.
Yeah, I would say that too. I would agree with that.
I really don't think it's that close.
No, I don't think it's close. They got a lot of really tough. USC has a lot of tough road games. I'm very high on Penn State, and for some reason, and I don't have a rhyme or reason. I just looked at his high school tape, and Drew Alar. I think he's gonna be
Yes.
something. I think he's gonna be something special at Penn State. I mean, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but since we are on Touchdown Tuesdays, and Touchdown Tuesdays was basically created where we make big bold takes. Drew Alar, watch out for that name. I'm not saying that he's gonna be a superstar this year. I mean, he might be, but maybe in 2 years from now, 2024, 2025, something like that. Watch out for a name in Drew Alar. He's going to be something special to that James Franklin Penn State team. I think this is where James Franklin finally, you know, a lot of people are saying it's pee or get off the pot time, right?
Right.
And this is, just like in the movie, I think James Franklin is going to piss excellence, right?
I like
Um,
it.
so I can see it now. In an interview with James Franklin, I piss excellence. People are going to say in preseason they're going to say it's pee or get off the pot time. Well, what are you going to do? And he's going to say I piss excellence. And I think this is where he shows you that he's capable of beating Ohio State and Michigan. I'm not going to say he's going to beat both of them in the same year. That's a very tall task to ask for. I do think he beats one of them, and I do think the other team that beats Penn State, I think they trip up this year and they fall short to the Big Ten. I think Penn State wins the Big Ten championship overall, and they sneak into the playoffs this year with Drew Alar, and Drew Alar is going to be a big part of their success this year. And I don't know why, but I don't have a rhyme or reason. So, I see something special in Drew Alar and this Penn State team going forward. And they bring like 80% of their production back from last year. They only went 10-2, and their only two losses was to Ohio State and Michigan. And they kept up with Ohio State for 3 long quarters, and then at the end there, Ohio State just pulled away, and it wasn't even close. Um, you know, they stuck in versus Michigan. Um, they snuck in versus they hung in there with Michigan for probably until halftime, and then that game was over. But you would think that if they bring back 80% of their production and Drew Alar is that guy, you would think that they split and win
Right.
one of those games and lose one of those games and go 11-1, and then maybe Ohio State loses or Michigan loses a game that they shouldn't, and then Penn State goes to the Big Ten championship. Something's going to happen. Football is a funny shape, and I just think that Penn State is going to be the team to beat in the Big Ten. Do you want to the last 15 minutes or so? You want to drop the link?
Do I want to what?
Do you want to for the last 15 minutes
Yeah.
drop the StreamYard link?
Uh, yeah, if you want to, real quick. We'll let one person on at a time. We don't want to turn it into a hangout. But if you guys have any thoughts on anything we've said, we'll drop the StreamYard link and y'all can hop on and we can talk about it. How much you want to bet TriStar's the first one clicks the link? We'll give it a few minutes, man. Maybe 5-10 minutes.
I think we had a pretty good show today.
Yeah,
we didn't really have too much planned. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a lot going on this past week, but next week I'm gonna get back into business on YouTube. Just on my YouTube channel. So you should start seeing some banger videos come out. But I just been moving houses and stuff like that. So I apologize for not making videos or being in the loop of things. Sometimes you gotta take care of personal matters first. So, but everything's good. I'm glad that I moved, and everything is amazing and fantastic. Shout out to Basey and Pete for that, Sam.
yeah, that's good, man.
But coming soon, Mayhem Matthew channel, Eat 'em Dogs, right? So I don't know anybody that knows or whatnot, but I will have my own YouTube studio. It's not going to be the best looking studio because, well, it's my first one ever. And so, but we are going to do a reveal on the Mayhem Mondays, you know, this coming Monday. So please tune in to that. It's going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. And we're going to reveal my YouTube room. So I'm excited about that too.
I can't wait, man. I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Normally I make videos in my old house, just in a recliner and stuff. So I'm really excited to finally get this upgrade, something that I've wanted for a while. So I'm pretty happy about it, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be excited too. Come on, TriStar, get in here and talk your junk. He must have got off of there. You got any bold takes, Ballard?
Alabama wins the national title. No, I don't know. Man, you think Drew Alar could be good this year? Could he be a Heisman finalist?
That's a tall task. I'm pretty sure he's a freshman, right?
He is a freshman.
That,
He's,
that's
I
just
remind you, he's a 5-star though. He is a 5-star.
I wouldn't go that far. I would definitely say in his second year, he could definitely make some noise. But, if they didn't give if they didn't give an invite to Drake May last year, then I don't see him getting the invite.
Yeah. What's up, TriStar? You got any bold takes for the college football season?
The Peckers beat the Taters again.
Gamecocks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I could see that. I mean, I'm high on Clemson, but I'm also kind of high on South Carolina, and they do have to meet up at the end of the year.
And it's in Columbia this time.
Columbia.
Yep, Columbia. Colonoscopy.
What's your thoughts on that, Mayhem?
About what?
You think the Gamecocks could get the Taters again?
No, Not close.
No.
Clemson's a lock in the playoffs.
Did you say Clemson's a lock for the playoff?
I think he
Clemson
did.
is a lock for the playoffs.
I'll take that bet.
Just like Georgia's a lock for the playoffs.
Georgia, I agree with that.
Nobody's ever a lock.
Here's my playoff four. It's not even four, but it's who I see it most likely being. Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2. Then I'll say Florida State / Clemson, whoever wins that game. And then the last one, this is I had a hard time thinking, but I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to say Oregon.
Wow.
Why is nobody talking about Washington? Michael Penix Jr. and that team. Why is nobody talking about them? I'm the only one that's talking about Washington and how great they're going to be. I think Washington.
I think that they have a chance to. I don't know. I think Oregon gets revenge on them this year because they lost to Washington last year. It's kind of what cost them the playoff.
I think Michael Penix Jr. wins the Heisman. I'm very
there's a possibility. I mean, I can definitely see that.
He had Heisman like numbers last year, and he didn't even get invited. But I think he'll have a better year this year.
Bijan should have been there. Blake Corum should have been there. I mean, you could even make an argument for Hendon, but he got injured. But definitely Blake Corum absolutely should have been in New York. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do think Michael Penix Jr. is going to be there this year. I think Cade Klubnik is going to be in there this year. There's only 4. See, the problem is there's only 4. There used to be what?
If there's enough names, they'll put 5.
But I think I really do believe that Clemson. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Clemson was only one offensive coordinator and one quarterback away, and that's what they got. And well, they're back.
Yeah, but we don't know with Cade Klubnik yet. We don't know.
He's better than DJ. Come on, dude.
We don't know yet. He's only played one full game, and he didn't look that great.
I mean, come on, dude. DJ had cement in his shoes.
Yeah, well, we'll finally see like how he does because now he's going to Oregon State. He's in a different environment. We'll see how he does.
You had TCU. You had TCU's Garrett Riley that was averaging 40 points or higher per game at TCU with 2 and 3 stars, and got to a national title. So,
well, again, we don't know. I think Duke can give them a game. I definitely will. Florida State definitely, and South Carolina at the end of the year. Other than that, do they play Notre Dame this year?
Yeah, they do. They have a home series.
They get them at home, but that'll be a good game.
I mean, Notre Dame beat Clemson last year. Clemson is not going to
they didn't just beat them. They beat the hell out of them.
I know they're not going to let that happen again. Clemson's going to take care of business. Clemson.
Do you really trust Lord Dabo?
Listen, Dabo Swinney has 2 national championships, 2016, 2018. He made the national championship in 2019, but nobody was beating that LSU team. Nobody was. One of the greatest teams of all time. He had a break there, and he made the playoffs in the COVID year, and he had a 2-year break where he missed the play.
My thing is that
he makes the playoffs this year, and he could be in the national championship with Georgia.
No.
You heard it here first. So there you go.
Maybe, but I don't see it.
Florida State are frauds. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all right now. So click back on this video
They're
whenever.
returning 93% of their production.
Okay, they're returning 93% of doo-doo. So there you go.
You're saying Jordan Travis is a bad player?
I didn't say he was a bad player, but so okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you. So Mississippi State, the last offseason, they returned like 90-something% of their production, and they had
Yeah,
this amazing
but there's a huge difference.
Will Rogers.
But there's a huge difference.
I think Mississippi
Florida
State
State's coach didn't die. They don't have a new coach.
I'm saying even before the death of Mike Leach, even before that happened, Mississippi State was not making a run for nothing. I mean, let's just be honest.
They're making a run for anything this year either.
Florida State's not making a run for nothing. Zero.
Okay, let's look at their 3 losses from last year. Clemson, they almost came back and beat them. Then you had, was it NC State and Wake Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think NC State's going to be as good. They lost Devin Leary. He's at Kentucky now. And Wake Forest, I think they're going to fall off a fucking cliff.
Okay, but then you also got now, before I say this, I don't want you to think that I think this team is better, because I definitely don't think this team is better. But at the end of the year, this team is going to be playing for bowl eligibility, and they're going to be playing with basically house money, right? And we've seen this with LSU and Texas A&M last year. A&M was basically playing with house money versus
LSU. Are you about to say that Florida beats them?
They're in the swamp.
Come on.
They're in the swamp.
Florida's going to be terrible, man.
Dude, hey, Florida might have the worst offense in the SEC.
A&M beat Ole Miss.
I think they'll be lucky to average 25 points a game. They'll be lucky.
So you mean to tell me in rival games, are you telling me in rival games upsets don't happen like that?
I'm not saying that. But if you looked at right now, not 3 years ago when they had Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts, I'm talking about right now, in the year of our Lord 2023, in the month of June. If you had to pick between who wins between Florida and Florida State, I understand it's in Gainesville, it's in the swamp, but I think Florida is going to be extremely one-dimensional. I think they're going to be so reliant on ETN and that other running back. I for damn sure don't trust Graham Mertz. I think their defense will be okay. I think their offense is going to be absolutely horrible.
Okay, I got something to tell you then. Last year, Florida had what? 5? I think all of their starting wide receivers injured for the game. They had a lot of people go down in that game and still scored 38 points.
Okay, yeah, but you know something that Florida had last year that they don't have this year?
A running back named AR-15. I get it, but they still got ETN. Though.
Anthony Richardson was a playmaker.
He was a running
hell of a talent.
He was an extra running.
They don't. I'm sorry. I don't trust him right now. I don't trust Florida to do anything good this year.
All right, so
the only games I really see them winning are Charlotte and McNeese State.
All right, now
I think Utah just boat races them, and I think Florida State does the same thing. Like I think Tennessee goes down there and drops 50 on them.
Right now, let's just say, I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's just say, Florida's at 5-6, right? They have one more game
to win. 5 wins.
I'm just saying, for the example, right?
So you're saying like if they win, they go to a bowl game.
If they win, they go to a bowl game. Now on the flip side, you have Florida State, which I think will have a couple losses. LSU, Clemson, right? That's 2 losses. So they're already out of the playoff picture. but they are still, they could still be in the ACC title picture, and they could be, trying to. I mean, it's not really a game that they must win because they're already out of the playoff picture, and they're still in the ACC title picture, so it's not a must win for them. You mean to tell me that Florida can't get up for one game and beat them?
I'm sorry, I don't trust Florida right now.
I don't trust Florida. I never trust Florida, but I'm being a realist. Things happen. Missouri almost beat Georgia. That should have never happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was more Georgia went into a game that people thought they were just going to boat race them, and the difference is that's not really a rivalry game like Florida State. Listen, I
You're
don't
just
see
proving my point
Florida
more.
State just sleepwalking against their in-state biggest rival. I don't see that. I mean, that'd be like saying Alabama goes down to Auburn and sleepwalks. I don't see that happening.
Okay, LSU goes and plays Texas A&M last year with playoff contention on the line, and absolutely craps the bucket against A&M. A 5-7.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I mean, it happened with us against South Carolina.
Exactly.
It happened. But I'm just telling you, I don't see Florida State, them being a disciplined football team who plays sound fundamental football. I don't see them dropping a game that they're not supposed to.
I mean, just a couple years
I don't see them losing to Florida. The only games I even see them losing this year is LSU and Clemson. That's the only games I can see them losing.
LSU, Clemson. They'll lose another. They'll lose another. I mean, Miami's going to be a lot better than they were last year. I could easily.
Oh, come on.
Come on my butt. Tyler Van Dyke's going to be that guy.
No, I will definitely not do
that. I'm telling you. I mean, TVD's going to be good.
You really think Miami is going to all of a sudden figure it out this year?
I didn't say they're going to figure it out, but they're going to be a lot better than they were last year.
How much is a lot better?
At least 2 or 3 games better. They're going to make a bowl game.
So you got them going about 8-4.
7-5, 8-4, something. That's about right.
I can see that. I could.
They're not going 7-5, and Miami's not going to be one of them pushover teams. Mario Cristobal is a great coach.
Well, he's also known for misusing quarterbacks.
Well, they kept Tyler Van Dyke away.
I mean, look at the shit he did with Justin Herbert at Oregon. And look what he's doing now. You feel better?
Yeah.
Sure do. What's going on here?
What's up, Squidtard?
What's up? I've been playing around with I got college football revamped, and I've been playing around with it.
I got NCAA 08 on the PS3 back there. So, what do I need to just get like a flash? Like, how big of a flash drive do I need to get? And do I need to get a laptop to do this, or can I actually do this off the PS3?
Do what? Revamped?
Yeah, like say I buy the actual disc of NCAA 14 and I want to put revamped on it. Would I have to go on like a desktop or something to be able to download the files, or could I actually just do it from the PlayStation?
Well, it depends. Do you have a modded chip for your Xbox or PlayStation?
A modded chip?
Yeah, you need like a it's sort of like a built in. Yeah, you gotta have it like built into the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Oh, no, I don't know. I bought it off this meth head for $30.
Well, if it doesn't have that, then yeah, you have to do it through PC.
Okay.
And you just have to. There's like a video tutorial where you download.
Oh yeah, I've watched it. It seems pretty simple. Because what I'm gonna do is, if I can learn how to put my game footage on here where it shows me, if I can ever get that technically savvy,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
have I'm gonna have my conference layout that I've been pitching for the last 6 months.
yeah, I
The
definitely it's
8-team
worth it.
conference and make it an 8-team playoff where all your conference champions play each other.
Yeah, well, the coolest thing about it is it's more customization to it. Of course, like all of the different, like they've updated it in its entirety. You know, the playoff system, all the different uniform
Can you add,
combinations.
now here's a question. Can you add conferences? Can you edit uniforms? Can you do all that?
I mean, you can't really edit uniforms, but they've got all the uniforms from now. They got the new black unis, the smoky grays, and they got all the
I'll
customizations
tell
that
you the ones I
Tennessee
like.
uses.
I know you might call me crazy, but I like what we wore during the Pruitt years, like whereas like the solid white pants with the black shoes. I thought that looked clean.
Oh well, you got. Well, I mean, I mean, you can have that if you want. There's also they've even got the 2016 uniforms in there with the checkerboard and like the checkerboard.
Checkerboard stripe going down the pants.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's what they have.
No.
They went as far to have the those goofy looking gator skin unis that Florida wore one time against A&M.
You know, I'll tell you. You know, what would be a good one to have.
What's that?
There, Squid, you might remember this. Do you remember when Tennessee played in 2004 their opening game against UNLV? They wore those throwback. I wish that they would do this sometimes, like one game a year, like for homecoming or something. Wear like a throwback uniform. I can't see. It's
so like there's the aways, the homes.
Hey, I'm gonna get off here, guys. But thanks for for the show, Ballard.
Hey, great show, bud. We won't keep it on too long, but we'll let Squid do his thing or whatever.
All right, for sure.
Wait, how are you doing this, Squid? How are you doing this?
You mean the presets for the helmet, or
no?
Like
how are you doing this right
uniform?
now? Like what you're doing right now? Like how are you able to show it on the screen?
Is he playing on the computer?
I just share. Yeah, I'm playing through my PC. I've got a emulator for PlayStation.
Oh, well, I was going to ask, can you actually add conferences? Is there any way you can do that?
You can't add conferences, but you can adjust them.
Well, because I was wanting to make the SEC where it's Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, LSU, Tulane, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Florida State, Florida.
Well, you could do that. I mean, there's nothing against it. You would just have to whichever teams you don't want, you just have to move them to a different conference. That's it.
I just take everybody and put them independent, and then go by hand and do it. Because I want to bring back like the Southwest Conference, put Oklahoma State in that. Bring back the Big East, put like Pitt, West Virginia, Maryland, Penn State, Syracuse.
You could do that. The only problem is if you have I think like 12 or more teams, it automatically has divisions.
I wish that there was some way they could edit that.
Yeah, same. You got the Music City Bowl unis, but yeah, no, I mean, I wish they had all those customizations and the playoff system.
Now here's the thing: can you have it where you have the records and everything up to 2023? Is there any way you can edit that, or does it still show up to like 2013 when Dynasty?
Well, when you install this game on default, it has the updated roster. So when I got this,
I don't mean the roster. I'm talking about like say you do Dynasty mode, and you go look at like your coach's records and all that stuff. Does it have all that up to date to now?
Oh yeah, it does.
And like you can go back. I think it goes back to if I remember correctly, it goes back to 1980. And it shows like all their records, like when they won bowl games, national championships.
Yeah, it has that. It just when you look at a coach's record, it excludes coaches that aren't currently coaching at a program.
Yeah. Is this your Dynasty right here?
Yeah, I'm at my third year.
Oh, okay, cool.
won me a natty, 2 natties actually.
But I think can't you edit the field and stuff too? Like you can. I've seen people
No,
do that.
I don't think you can do that, but I do know.
Oh,
And
he
Oh,
gone.
he
He
gone.
gone.
not quite,
Yeah.
but we'll take it.
Man, Josh
After
Heisman got
after you
some
play this
film.
game, after Squid plays the Squid game,
You
we'll
always
cut it
got these
off.
4 verticals. It works every damn time.
If you have a fast receiver, if you don't, then it doesn't
you
work
got
out too
Jalen
well.
or Dante Thornton out there?
No, because it's only when I got this, it only had the 2022 rosters. They don't have 23 updated yet. It's coming soon, but they don't have it yet, unfortunately.
Well, again, that's what I do, and I've made my argument about the conference layout, which I hate. All this conference expansion is, to me, they're like Rooster said, they're going down the route NASCAR did. They're trying to expand and all that stuff, and they're kind of going away from their core audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like people call me crazy when I say, "Well, hell, if we're adding all these teams in, why not go get the OGs back? Go get Georgia Tech and Tulane."
It really makes it seem like it's turning into the NFL. That's the problem.
It does. And here's the thing: like, I get a lot of pushback on that about, "Oh, we don't want them back in; they suck." My dude,
Well, yeah, like the whole point.
Georgia Tech's got more SEC championships than over half of the conference.
Right. Well, the whole point of this whole college football thing was that it wasn't the NFL. It was completely different, and now they're taking that away.
Exactly. Screen pass down to the 31-yard line.
I think he broke his leg.
All right, let's see. All right, they're running no huddle. They're running fast and quick. Taven Jackson in shotgun. Taven Jackson's back to pass. He throws incomplete. Hits Kentucky player right in the head. So it's 4th down and 5. Looks like about a 45-yard field goal. Kicks up and it's good.
That's one of the things I'm really good at is kicking field goals.
Bro, I could never understand the whole.
Now, is there any way you can actually edit the conference schedule, like edit the times of the game and all that stuff? Like, can you actually go on there and do that?
Conference games, no. You can't do anything.
I hate that. Like, I don't understand how it does that. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can edit you can't even edit what times you play them. It just automatically preset does it.
Right. One of the things
I
really
can't tell you how many times I've had it where it'll be a noon kickoff game and it's like a top 3 matchup or something. It's ridiculous.
Right. And it's dumb. I hate it.
Quarterback run. Now it's 1st and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line. Is that Will Levis?
No, it's somebody else.
All right. There's a reverse. Bang!
He's not going anywhere.
2nd down. He literally, all he did is he got back to the line of scrimmage. He just went over a little bit. All right, quarterback's in a shotgun. Looks like he's got 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. His running back's to his left. Snaps ball, fakes the handoff, and he runs.
How the hell did you miss that
tackle? First down to the 40, 35,
what
30,
the?
25, 20, 15, 10. Down to, I'm guessing,
I had him,
9-yard line.
I had him.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the 10.5-yard line. Quarterback's in the shotgun. 1 wide receiver to his right, 2 to his left. His wide receiver motion, hands it off. Gets down to about the 6. Quincy,
that's one of the things I hate with the read option. It works every time.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 6. Quarterback's in shotgun. He's got 2 running backs next to him. 1 to his left, 1 to his right. Fakes a handoff. Throws complete. Trucks him. Touchdown, Kentucky. Chad Kaplan Chad, why'd you have to be so mean to him? Why'd you have to do that? He literally Derrick Henry'd him.
I'm pissed about that read option bullcrap.
Kentucky has the lead now, makes the extra point good. Kentucky is up 7-3. This is TriStar on the Vol Radio Network.
I love it, man. I love it.
All right, kickoff. Boom. He'll receive it in the end zone, takes it out to the 15, about the 14-yard line. He probably been better. Dylan Sampson probably been better off just taking a knee there because he would have got 5 extra yards. I'm doing play-by-play. All right, so it's 1st and 10, ball on the 14-yard line. Taven Jackson is in shotgun. Dylan Sampson to his left, or Jalen Wright, runs it up, gets about 8 yards, be 2nd and 3. They're running fast, they're running quick, they're running like white lightning right now. Ball on about the 21-yard line. Got 5 wide receivers set. Taven Jackson back to pass. He's running to his right. He's running.
RB.
He's running. And he's scrambling. Got the first down. Got to about the 31-yard line. Ran. Got tackled out of bounds. What a play. What a fighter. 1st and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line. 5 wide receivers set. Looks like they might be running the same play. Taven Jackson back to pass. Look, sacked. Taven Jackson just couldn't really get it off, and that looked like the same identical play, and the defensive line just sniffed that out, and he just came in there and laid the wood on him. So now it's 2nd and a mile, 2nd and 17 to be exact. Ball on the 21-yard line. Got 2 tight ends. Taven Jackson rolls to his left. He's back to pass. He's running. He's still running. He throws it.
Oh,
down
wow.
to the 50, 45, 40, down to about the 41-yard line. That was Walker Merrill caught the pass. And Taven Jackson literally chucked that ball up like a German hand grenade, and he was lucky to get it to Walker Merrill. But
You know,
now
it's plays
1st and
like
10.
that. It's plays like that you want to see from
Yeah.
a young quarterback.
Yeah. It's 1st and 10, ball in the 41. Taven Jackson's back to pass, throws, he's got a man, complete. Give
Touchdown.
him 6. Touchdown, Big Orange. Mark Fuller. Taven was injured. That was a different quarterback. Mark Fuller just throws a dime to number 86. And again, give him 6. Touchdown, Big Orange. Tennessee now leads 10-7. This is TriStar on the Ball Radio Network.
This is fun.
All right. Here to kick it off. Boom. All right, looks like he's going to catch it in the end zone, and he just takes a knee.
Trying to get myself in the playoffs.
So if Tennessee wins this game, they go to the SEC championship. What's the standings right now?
Right now, we are, I think, 7-1 or 6-1 in the SEC. Our only losses to a undefeated Alabama.
All right.
Ah,
So Kentucky's got 3 wide receivers left. Quarterback back to pass, throws. He completed it, but he was out of bounds when he caught it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 to go. Actually, no, he was. I was wrong. Sorry about that, people. So now it's 1st and 10, ball on about the 40.5-yard line in their own territory. A wide receiver to his right is in shotgun. Got 2 wide receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Fakes the handoff, does the option, and he just got the teetotal crap knocked out of him. Looked like I thought he got decapitated there. About 2nd and 5 coming up. Ball on the 45-yard line, about 45.5. They're on the edge of the UK logo. 2 wide receivers is right, reverse, and he's still going. Maybe got a 1st down. No, they say he's a yard short. So it's 3rd and 1, ball at midfield. Great play there. So 3rd and 1, ball at midfield. 1 wide receiver to his right, 2 to his left. Got a run back to his left. Takes the handoff. Complete, but did he get the 1st down? And he did, barely. I mean, it was by the slimmest of margins. And we're coming up on the end of the 1st quarter. Can they get a playoff? And they won't do it. So at the end of 1, the University of Tennessee leads the University of Kentucky 10-7. This is TriStar on the Ball Radio Network. I can do this all night.
I'm gonna cut it off at 11:30, but
You'll cut it
this
off.
is looking like a good game, though.
All right. Start the second quarter. Kentucky hands it off to the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Chad Kaplan with a heck of a run. Got a first down with that, about a 15-yard run. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the, I can't see. What was that? The 38-yard line. He quarterback design run, and he just got absolutely stuffed. 4-yard loss. Tennessee's defense sniffed that coming from a mile away. They were not fooled. 2nd and 14. Ball on the 41-yard line. Or 42, I can't really tell. 2 wide receivers, his right to his left. He's back to pass. He throws complete. Gets down to about the 35-ish yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for Kentucky. Let's see what they do. They're held it up. They break the huddle. It's 3rd and 7. Ball on the 34-yard line. I'm correct. All right, quarterback's back to pass. He looks, throws to his right. Intercepted.
Let's go.
This could be a pick six. 25-30, 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35. Down at the 33-yard line. What an interception. Christian Harrison, I love you. Great play. Now Tennessee's in prime position to go up 2 possessions. They got the ball in Kentucky territory on 35. Taven Jackson back to pass, rolls to his right. Looks, he's going to run it. He's got nothing but green grass in front of him, but he gets pushed out of bounds. After a gain of about 11 yards, it's 1st and 10 coming up. Tennessee's moving. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. It's like it's 1st and 10, ball on about the 23-yard line. They line up in bunch formation, but then they spread them out again. 5 wide receiver set. Taven Jackson back to pass. He looks, throws right the middle, complete. Give him 6. Touchdown, Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright, the running back, with a touchdown reception today. Let's see if he can pass one, and let's see if he can run one in.
Just passed Peyton Manning's passing touchdown record.
Yep. Now Tennessee is up 17-7 on Kentucky after a phenomenal interception. All right, here we go to kick it off. Bang. We'll kick it into the end zone, and he just takes an knee in the end zone. So now he gets the ball at the 20-yard line. 3 minutes, 31 seconds left in the half. Kentucky gets the ball at the 20-yard line, down 17-7, or at the 25. All right, quarterback's back to pass. Got 1 wide receiver to his right, since tight end in motion to his right. Fakes the handoff. Looks, throws, incomplete. Looked like he was trying to throw to his running back, and it didn't work. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball in the 25 in their own territory. Tennessee's got 4 defensive linemen. They got 2 linebackers, and they got 5 players in secondary. Since the wide receiver in motion, looked like the tight end. He's standing there. Bang!
Ooh.
He got sacked. He got absolutely decapitated. I'm surprised his head's still there. He got sacked for an 8-yard loss. Number 27, there was nobody blocking him. And somehow the game glitched. It looked like he broke his leg in half. It looked like he had a Joe Theismann level injury there for a second. All right. So now it's 3rd and 18. And quarterback's back to pass. He's looking. And he just stood there and didn't move. And he got sacked again.
Tyree West.
Sacks.
Tyree West, man. Big man.
Tyree West comes up with a huge sack. It's 4th and a mile. It's 4th in Knoxville. So, that's how far the first down is, and they're just going to punt it away.
Touchdown.
Sampson's going to return it. Gets down to about the 35-yard line. So, again, they're in prime field position to get another touchdown here. Come on, let's see if they can go up 24-7. So we got 1st and 10, ball on the 35. 2 wide receivers to his right, 2 wide receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Taven Jackson backs to pass, quick pass. It's touchdown. No.
Wide open.
Absolutely nothing. Jalen
Makes
Wright
it look
again.
easy.
It
This
was
makes
too
it look
easy for him. It was too easy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's hot.
So
Oh.
now, after that touchdown, Tennessee is now up 24-7.
Dang. Ohio State up on Michigan. Look at
Dang.
this.
That's big. Whoever loses that game might be out of the playoffs.
Right?
Yeah, we're doing 18 playoffs, so apparently the game thinks Miami is really good. They were in the playoffs last season.
$2:26 left.
All right, so Kentucky gets the ball down 24-7. And Tennessee is having a huge second quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers to his right, 2 to his left, running back to his left. He hands it off to the running back, and they snuffed that out immediately. Had nowhere to go. You can't run the ball in Tennessee, people. You can't do it. Looks like a 2-yard loss. Be 2nd and 12. Ball on the 23. You got a tight end to his right, 1 wide receiver to his right, 2 wide receivers to his left, sends one of them left in motion, and he gets stuffed again. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Ball on the 23. With less than 2 minutes left and a half. Down 24-7. Obviously, Mark Stoops thinks that he can just run the ball right now, and he's getting absolutely destroyed. All right, quarterback's a shotgun. Sends the wide receiver in motion to his right. Now they're lined up in bunches on the right. Looks like he's making an audible. They're burning that clock down. They better snap the ball here pretty soon. They'll get a delay game. All right, quarterback back to pass.
Oh,
Got him.
he got leveled.
Number 27. Who's number 27?
He may not get up from that one. Look at his leg there. Oh my god.
Oh,
God.
Is he okay?
Can you say torn ACL?
snapped in half.
Possibly. Dang.
So now it's 4th and 20. Kentucky's back to punt it off. Dylan Sampson's back to receive it, and they punt it away. Or receives it now to 45-50. Tries to make a move, doesn't work. Gets down to about the 48-yard line in Kentucky territory. Well, he's 1st and 10.
Wide open.
Jackson back to pass. He throws. He's got a man. Give him 6. Touchdown, Big Orange. Taven Jackson just throws a 50-yard bomb down the right side. And
Beautiful.
the wide receiver is right there to catch it, and he just basically gets touched in the end zone.
Joe Millen gonna be doing that all year.
And now Tennessee is about to be up 31-7 going into halftime.
Look at that. Michigan got a field goal.
All right, well, it was good calling it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm not too far off.
Yeah,
Same star.
we'll go ahead and bounce off of here. Just wanted to.
Hey, good luck
Go
in
off
this
my
game
field.
as if you need it.
Yeah, I'll be all right. But thank you. All right,
All right.
see you,
sir.
brother.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night and get out of here. It is 11:15 here in Alabama. I want to thank Mayhem Matthew for doing the show with me every single week. Sorry we couldn't get it last week, but we made up for it tonight. I thought we had a good show. talked a lot of SEC football once again, and hope to deliver great content for you this next week. And we'll be back here for Touchdown Tuesdays again next week on the 27th. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. Subscribe to Eat 'em Dogs, Mayhem Matthew as well. Love y'all.